Welcome to RollForCrit.com's BoardGameGeek Con coverage for 2014, day number 2. You may have seen our day 1 wrap-up video the other day. If you didn't, that's because we had some audio issues, but I'm sure it's available now and you can go check back on that, plus a lot of photos that we've posted.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers all crossed, every finger. Today, we are going to bring you a couple more things that we got to check out today, little pieces, one of which is a game that is coming out soon that I know you were quite excited to try out for a while.
Yeah. Well, first of all, we should say that most of today, a lot of it was for going to the game library. They have a huge library you can rent out games for some time. We rented out plenty of games, like, for example,
Concept. We got the Spiel Des Jahres nominee.
Which we've discovered I am really bad at guessing things at.
Yeah, it's sort of like a picture version of charades. Yeah, I thought it was really fun.
But when I'm browsing, I happened to see that they had I'm going to pronounce the name wrong.
Argent,
thank you.
The Consortium.
Thank you.
From Level 99 Games.
Yeah, and I was really excited because it included the expansion with it as well. So I got and rented that out. This is all free, by the way, with the ticket, which is another really great perk. So we tried that out.
The perk.
Right. Between the three of us. And why don't you say your opinion first? Because, I mean, I'm the one who already liked it. They already know I'm probably going to just cover it in, like, love.
Well, the concept of the game is that you're sort of all students at a magic school, right? Like
well, actually, no, you're not the students. You're the main professors.
Oh, you're the professor.
Yeah, you're like the big honchos.
Oh, you're being
the head principal.
He read the rule book.
Yes, the head principal is leaving, and he's actually one of the people on the council. And so there's this new council, which he is part of, to find out who will take his job.
So you're being elected to that. You want to be elected. Yeah.
Yes. So through trickery and finding out who what they want, the vote to get the votes from this group, in order to make sure you are the most wanted for the job.
To sum it up very quickly, it's basically a worker placement,
right? Where
you can get spy spells and you have mana and stuff like that you can spend to take actions.
The trick is, as well as not only are the other teachers vying for that job, the council, which is voting on who will be the next principal of the school, only 2 of them are known off the bat for you. Well, 3.
Basically each one will have a condition,
right,
like who has the most of these types of cards, right, but you don't know what all those are at the beginning. Like you said, only 2.
Right. 2 are face up at the beginning. Each get to look at 1, and then there are other ways to look at more. So it really becomes a challenge of, okay, I want to make sure I have this much, and I also noticed, let's say this player is stocking up on treasure cards. He probably saw a guy who wants treasure cards.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And which is that's really the point of the game, just knowing how to balance your workers, and not only gain information yourself, but maybe see how your opponents are stacking up their items in order to make sure, okay, if he's making sure he keeps a lot of mana out, right, or treasures, or whatever the case may be, I might want to take that from them.
Usually you want to try to get more of whatever they have.
Yeah.
I definitely think it was, so I liked it. It was, I think, a good, it wasn't just worker placement. It felt very different because, there's multiple different avenues you can take.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if it changes per group. I didn't notice.
I think
the council, God, how many people were in the council?
10.
10?
Total.
I mean, that's a lot. I mean,
or 12, I think.
12. Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, even if someone is like, okay, he seems to be stocking up on mana, maybe it's a lost cause, you have plenty of other options.
And even, it's not like something where I'll feel like in Agricola or Dominant Species where it's like, oh, he took the thing I wanted. There's usually always a way to get what you want, and you never really feel cut out, although sometimes I did get cut out.
Well, I think another big thing, which is cool, at least out of the worker placement games we've played, the workers matter. Like, it wasn't just, you have 6 random workers. You actually gain mages. I think they're supposed to represent the students, really, who are helping you. Teacher assistants, all the people you can trick into helping you. They actually have special abilities. Like, there was one that couldn't be damaged, one that could deal damage. Yeah. One that let you jump ahead and place them in addition to another one or another action.
Yes.
Which really provide this interesting momentum of, like, okay, how do I want to, balance my guys? Do I want a lot of defense? do I want to try to damage and take out my opponents faster?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and at the beginning you draft, you get to choose which colors you want to start with. So yeah, I think it was a really unique, a lot of unique additions to that style of game, and the theme is cool.
Artwork is beautiful.
Yeah, and it's not as like at first it seemed complicated because there's a lot of pieces, but it really once you get the hang of it, it moves pretty quick. It's any downtime is just analysis paralysis.
Yeah, really, it's 5 rounds the entire game, and they have plenty of alternate modes. Yeah. One actually is apparently assassin, when you actually have health for the people in the council, and they can be killed off.
I like that.
So that'd be great. Is like if I saw you stocking up on a mana, and I know you only seen one, I'd be like, that one's dying.
Use a gun. It's a magic gun.
Yes. Well, you were playing the tech because he actually was using the expansion teacher.
Right. Yeah.
But
which worked out well. So we liked it.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun,
and definitely something to look forward to, and probably we might just buy it if they have it here.
I don't think it comes out yet. I don't think it's
well, that's too bad.
Yeah, it was a Kickstarter actually. It was one of those Kickstarter. It's one of those times when I had a Kickstarter. I'm like, I'm gonna watch, and then.
Yeah,
didn't get it.
It was good. So the other thing that we got to see today is not a game, but they do have some special events and sort of like a panel, you would call it, at other conventions. And the one we got to see today was really interesting. It was a lecture, so to speak, on the Spiel Des Jahres Award by, I've got the name of the guy right here.
You should, because he's sort of the head of it.
Tom Fieber. I don't know. Oh no, Tom Felber. There was a dot there, but that's not supposed to be there. Tom Felber, who is one of the. He used to be on the jury, and now he's like the chair of the committee for the Spiel Des Jahres Award.
So, how do you get your 3 nominees? Do you have the recommended list first, and then vote from among those recommended?
Yeah, we have the recommended list, but the discussion started earlier, so we already discussed about nominees in March or April, and everybody knows which ones could be the games. And then, but when we have the list, then we try to get 3 nominees. And sometimes the problem is that on this recommended list there are not three games that we can use as nominees, and so we have sometimes to bring another game into the discussion because we cannot. There are good games, but they're not made for being Spiel des Jahres sometimes.
So if you don't know, the Spiel des Jahres Award, famous.
You probably have seen the symbols. There are these 3 symbols.
Every year they give an award to German published games. And usually there's 3 nominees and one of them wins.
Yeah, usually these games are held up in almost like the highest standards of gaming. It's a really tough award. A lot of people vie for it.
Yeah.
And he told us why a lot of the restrictions they have.
Basically, he talked about how they choose the games. I thought it was really interesting. I think we both thought it was extremely.
Oh yeah, no.
Especially because really, I don't think a lot of people know about the awards and know what wins, but almost no one I think really knows what goes into it and the amount of work and everything.
I mean, first of all, it's impressive because he literally plays a game every day,
like every night of the week, and this is not his job. They don't get paid for this.
Right. This is non-profit.
Volunteers.
This is they're nominated and they're asked and they choose to. Yeah.
Right.
But another big thing that's I thought was interesting is you probably heard, like you said earlier, they're all German published. You ask why is that, and he actually explains, which is another big thing which I really like. Was he talked about how because this is BoardGameGeek Con, he actually said you guys aren't our what was the word?
You aren't our audience, basically.
Yeah, we're looking for a game for everyone.
Which is because I know a lot of people, myself included, will say, "Oh, why did Camel Up win when obviously it should have been this deep experience that I really love." And I love that they are trying. Their whole goal, he said, basically, is to expand our medium so that everyone plays board games.
Oh, well, it's also interesting they realize what their award does. Like they said, that's one of the reasons why it has to be German, because they need they want the people to be able to buy it in Germany. And they won't accept small publishers
because they have to cut it down somehow.
Small publishers, for example, because they know they just can't fit the demand should they win the award.
Because if they win, you need a lot of copies.
Yeah, no, that's why they decide this before Christmas season, because they know when Christmas comes around, these games are gonna be flying off the shelves.
But I would love to see someone take a camera crew out there and make a documentary following one or multiple of these guys and or girls, and see how go deep into this process, because I think it's fascinating.
Well, I think one of the things that we could be there might be one. That's the thing. The thing is, like he talked about in Germany, board games aren't a geek or nerd thing. I mean, we're slowly getting out of that rut here. But like really, that's the thing. Like he said like they would just we have in Germany you have lunch, you take out a game and you play it.
Right, exactly, and it was.
We should say he's Swedish.
Right, he was one of the few, or Swiss. Swiss.
I apologize.
It's okay, but he was one of two people on the jury who weren't German. But yeah, it's really interesting to hearing about that kind of stuff, because I don't think, especially because the language barriers, and because board games are still not. It's not like movies where they're making behind the scenes and stuff all the time. A lot of that info does not get out, and I think it's really. I would love more stuff like this to happen. I hope this panel goes online, which I think it will. Board Game Geek filmed it, I think.
Yes, they did.
And I hope that we get more kind of insights into the industry like this.
Yeah, I mean, I think our next challenge as board gamers is to realize the barriers we have, not only dealing with people within our own country of like how we're seen as the stereotypes and stuff, but just getting to know other countries, because there's probably so many games out there we haven't had a chance to play just because of language barrier.
Yeah.
And if we choose to help open that market by buying the games or finding them and talking about them more, showing these companies we have interest in, like you said, a video about, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I think that's our next big step.
Absolutely. Bringing the market together, more stuff for everybody.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
So we really liked it. It was another good day. We didn't get to see quite as much because all the first day excitement was over.
Right.
But we will be giving you more throughout the weekend, and you can of course follow us on Twitter. What's our Twitter name?
Oh, our Twitter is @RollForCrit. Surprise!
Oh yeah, so we'll have a lot of photos and other things. We'll tell you what we're doing just for funsies. And don't forget to check out our website. We'll be posting these videos there, plus photos, plus news and games you can buy, including Concept and Camel Up and Splendor, all 3 nominees for Spiel Des Jahres this year, and many, many more. What's that website again?
I don't recall. What is it again? I believe it's rollforgrit.com.
Oh, yes. I thought it was rollforgrit.edu.
Oh, yeah. No. Not anymore.
So, that's day 2.
Yeah. Plenty more games to play. Plenty more maybe to buy. We'll see. And you'll find out as soon as we do.
You'll be the first to know.
Stay tuned for tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm Jonathan Estes.
I'm Will Keeler. And this is the Roll for Crit podcast for Board Game Geek Con 2014.